Hey guys, thought I'd do a very quick video on something that I've kind of started using to help me with making my videos. I do all of my editing in Final Cut Pro, which, as you can imagine, there's a lot of keyboard shortcuts that will enable you to do things faster. So I've started to look at using a DJ Midi controller. If you've never seen one of these before, it's just a cheap and cheerful device. I think I paid like 50 or 60 quid for this one, and this is like 4 or 5 years old now, so this is really, really old. So what it is basically, it allows you to control music. So so you can hear that, and then you can also scrub forward. And then you can go between songs. And you've got all of the adjustments, special effects. So yeah, it's quite a handy little tool. I'm not a DJ by any means, I just like buying gadgets. So what I thought is, wouldn't it be great if I could use that as a tool for Final Cut Pro? Talking scrubbing forward and back, volumes, cutting, deleting, rather than me having to push like Command and B to cut or whatever the other shortcuts are. I can do them from here, but with just a touch of a button. So I've looked into it, and the only way to really do it is you have to download a third-party piece of software that translates the key press or the action on the MIDI controller and then sends out a keyboard shortcut. So, right. So the app that I found is called Midi Translator Pro. I'm sure there's others out there. This is the first one I actually got working. It took me some time to learn how to use it, but it's helped me quite a lot with regards to the MIDI controller. Right. So what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to move the camera in closer so you can see what's happening. Okay, so here's the actual application. I've got play, pause, scrub forward, scrub back, zoom in, zoom out and delete. So what we do is we're going to add translator. I'm just going to do a test one here. Okay, so once we're in it, what you do is you capture the MIDI controller. So what it does is it's listening for a signal from the controller as we speak. So if I just move this one down, as you can see, it's got a lot of data there. So it's pretty much every single one of these here is a command. Obviously I've gone from maximum down to low on the volume slider. So if we just want to pick the first initial movement, it's that there. So then we scroll down, and now you want to create an outgoing signal. So here we want keystroke. So what you can do is you can add like Command and E, and then so you can do like hotkeys. So what we do is now, if I'm going to clear that one because I don't actually need test. What I do is now I'm going to open up Final Cut Pro and show you how it works. Okay, right, so here we are. I've got Final Cut Pro open. I've just dragged a simple bit of footage in that I used for editing. It's part of the B-roll for one of the chef videos that I've done for a hotel. So as you can see, scrubbing along, but rather than using the mouse, I can use the wheel. So you can fine tune what frame you want. See the line over here moves, Okay, right, so as I'm scrubbing forward and back, the line moves. You can't use this too much because if I started whizzing it around, it sends a lot of signals and it will just keep on going. So if I move that quickly like that, it carries on until every single one of them rotations has been fed as a keystroke. So now it's just stopped. But I find it quite handy if I'm just scrubbing to a very particular place where I want to cut, and let's say I can fine tune frame by frame to get exactly where I need to be. Okay, right, some of the other stuff I've put on here is, this is my play pause. So let me go back to the beginning. Okay, so yeah, play, pause. This is my cut button. So if you look, let me just move over to there. I can blade, move the footage out. I've got zoom in and zoom out on this one, on my footage. Again, it's really handy. What else have I got? I've got delete, which is that one. So as I'm going along, I can do that. I want to come over to here, cut that. I want to zoom in a little bit, select that, delete it. So it's quite a handy tool. Obviously I've not used it to its full capabilities yet because I'm still quite learning the software, but I've found it's really helped me with how fast everything can be now. I used to use the trackpad on my Mac, which is great and it works perfect, but I've worked faster with a mouse, and there's limitations. I have a Magic Mouse, an Apple one, but you can't really, there's no multi-touch, zooming in and out and stuff like that on here, where I can in a normal app, where before I was having to use the mouse and then go over to the trackpad to zoom in and out, where now I don't actually touch the actual laptop at all. I'm just using this and my mouse. Again, it's just quick and easy. I'm trying to work out a way of adjusting volumes in the clips, but what you need to do is you need to learn the shortcuts, and I know there's loads in here, commands. So there's so many different shortcuts. So what you have to do is you have to learn these. Like if I wanted to favourite, again I can just load that up to one button and then tap that, and then it creates the shortcut once I create the rule in the other part of the software. Eventually I'll get to a stage where it's fully programmed. I would like to, and if anyone knows this, I like a little bit of help with the rotation, because when I stop I want it to stop, or if I'm going quick. So all I've done is at the moment I've programmed the movement of that to be the arrow keys. So in theory, as I'm turning that, it's sending a left arrow. I'm turning that way, it's a right arrow. So it does work really well, and it's helped me out a lot. And you think this was just a MIDI controller that was cheap and cheerful off of, I think I got it from Maplins, and it didn't cost me that much money at the time. I presume you can get them even cheaper now because this is quite an old model, and it was just sat under my bed in a box. And now since I've got it out, I use this a lot more than I ever did for DJ and music. Obviously it's still handy to have as a DJ controller, but I think it works well. I think it's helped me out greatly, and I actually feel weird now editing away from this, because it's just, I don't even have to look at the buttons now. So I'm sat here doing my edits and it's just taps, movements, blade, select, delete. There we go, and it's pretty quick and easy. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. I do recommend it. If you can pick one of these up cheap enough, I know the Bohm software does cost money, but if you're quite big on editing and you do quite a lot of it like I do, it does help. I would recommend it. But like I say, you can get these cheap and cheerful off of eBay. I think it's one of them things where people like the idea of it and they get one and they start playing and then realise it's not for them. So there are quite a few of them for sale, second hand. So I would recommend it. If anyone can help me with the jog thing, it'd be very handy. I say I'm still learning the software. I don't really know what I'm going to use all the buttons for. It'd be kind of nice to get to a stage where I can use these knobs here for like colour control and contrast and stuff. But again, I've got to learn the shortcuts or the action before I can actually do it. So yeah, that's a nice, quick and easy video, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Obviously we've got the Instagram page up and running, which is putting out some great content at the moment, so if you can, go and follow us. There's also our Facebook group. If you've got any footage, questions, footage to share, questions to ask, come over and join us. It's a great place. Yeah, everyone's quite friendly and helpful. So yes, the links are all in the description below. So cheers guys, thanks very much.